Hey, DOT community, this is Alon coming back at ya with an Alliance War Spark of Life with Brumhilda. She's a beast. So, I've been gone for a little bit. I didn't live stream last weekend during Conquest, and I also didn't live stream during this last Relic event. But, just to get everybody caught up, I did get not that far in the Relic event. Just collected a couple tokens. Wasn't super excited about it, and also at the same time, last weekend, I got. Let's just jump out. I'm leveling up Helga in this event. Having fun with the 5-star relic on her too. But she'll get there. I want to get her up to 31, especially as quickly as possible for event grinding. But for the last weekend, we got. Who did we get last weekend? I grinded Osiris up to 43, and I wasn't really interested in the new Urcon, so I did get a lot of 4-star relics leveled up. I think I got 4. No 5 stars this time, though. That's why I got a few more 4 stars leveled up than I normally do. I usually only get, if I'm going to level up a 5-star, then I only get, maybe 2 4 stars leveled up. So, but yeah, I had a really good time during Conquest. And I also was able to level up the Titans a little bit more too as well, because even though it was after the Fusion event, I did have an excess of Titans from Conquest as well. But let's see who's all been checking in tonight on the live stream. What's up, Extinction? What's up, Shy? What's up, Alex? Hi from Australia. Thank you for tuning in. What's up, Chad? Thank you for joining. And of course, I do have Discord open, as always. Alright, now that we're all caught up, especially for all the people rewatching the stream after the fact, let's get... things are moving along nicely with the road to Castle 25, because I am on Castle 24 right now. And it's been a long journey, DOT community, but I've been sharing it with a lot of you over my YouTubing career, and it's going to be pretty awesome when I do eventually get to Castle 25 and max out all my troops. Now, I did recently finish level 23 Horde, and I'm sending them up to 24. So, after that's done, we're going to work on Sword Maidens, Spearmen and Goliaths, and Imperials. And then, but not all of them will be finished by the time we're going to start 25, though. Because there's going to be a bit of time for the Castle 25 upgrade, and then all the other upgrades after that for me even think about starting to move troops to level 25. So I do save some of my troop upgrades to be going on while that is all happening. And yes, some of my other more or less used troops are at 22, but at this point, Spearmen, Maidens, Horde, Goliaths, Imperials, not in any particular order when I say it like that, they're all pretty much the more important troops, whereas Panthers, Grenadiers, Archers, and Militia have gone a little bit more to the wayside. Militias are still nice as a throwaway troop, but besides from that, more important troops, of course, are at the top of my list for upgrades. What do I think of Brumhilda? Well, 8 days till your Horde 25. Nice, Shy. Your Horde leveling up to 22 right now. Nice, Chad. Yeah, it's one of those. I put a major priority on it due to the fact that all the Titans I'm really working on right now, like Osiris and Reaver, and still some Bast as well, but now that Bast is 51. Oh, that's the other thing that happened. I got Bast to 51, and also maxed out a second. What is it? Uh, Elemental Grasp for Bast. So that was another thing I did on during Conquest. But besides from all of that, because I couldn't work on any more relics for Bast, I moved over to Osiris relics instead during the rest of the event. So I was working on those. Brumhilda, though, I'm gonna put it this way. Some of the skills I was like, oh, cool. All right, this seems very much like Zeus. So for players again that didn't have the opportunity to get Zeus, maybe this is going to be a Titan for you. For collectors such as myself, I would like to have one, just because. But I would have to say that Helga, compared to Brumhilda, has a lot more useful skills to the more avid player, I would say, that's been around for a while. So, but again, with Helga, you do need the 5-star to make her the Titan that everyone wants to have. So there is that. Oh, Madet. I'm gonna butcher your name. I'm so sorry. Matej Kadis. Man, you were amazing. I learned so much from you. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I do my best to more or less regurgitate all my past issues, problems, and or like to talk about stuff that we could either work on too as well when it comes down to how the game is being made and maintained. Let's say that. But of course, we do have a great, wonderful community here on YouTube. Along with myself, we do have Vintage and Godan. They're the two most watched YouTubers for DOT. I guess besides myself, I'm not trying to say that I'm trying to be trying to blow my own horn here. Because I enjoy watching other people's content all the time. Prometheo too, that makes incredibly good content. And Setharoth too, I enjoy his as well. But Prometheo's had a nice jump in viewership as well over this time. And Grisha George makes the content as well. Check out some of his videos. I see some of his pop up every once in a while. But yeah, I do enjoy the community is my number one thing. But progressing in the game over the latter castle levels, I'll tell you, it takes some time. So it's one of those things that if the community wasn't there, I definitely would not be getting to the Castle 25 and have been playing this game for, well, 5 days after global launch is when I started playing back in 2016. So this year's going to be 3 years. It's going to be nuts. And that's why in December, I'm going to be clicking, probably late December, going to Castle 25. It took me quite some time. Not as long as Godan. He played slow and low. Myself, I tried to continuously progress all the time, but without spending gems on either building upgrades or troop upgrades. So those are the only two things that I didn't really spend gems on. I just like to spend gems in events getting Titans and relics, especially now that they have those types of events out. Mini machine all lands raid tested, event approved. Oh, okay, nice for starting. Thank you. You're knights. Keep that in mind. Mirth Red Realm, what's going on? Are you gonna put any Skelly relics on one of your Osiris? You know what, Shy? To be honest with you, I don't have enough Horde relics to have enough for Reaver and Bast and second Bast and double Osiris. You know, I don't have enough. So I thought about the fact that I was like, you know what? I do have a second set of Calrex relics, 4-star, that, you know, I could just throw on, and also throw on a bunch of like cursed hammer, because I got a second cursed hammer, and I knew I was going to get all the other Skelly relics over this last Halloween, just because it just seemed like it was going to happen. So, peanut butter jelly time. What's up, Brian McAndrew? Thank you for joining. I see you found. I found my way back, Seth Roth. Of course. I was playing last weekend. If you want to hear what I was up to, listen back to the beginning of this live stream. What's up, J Dub? Good to see you. But yeah, whatever. Oh, gosh, I got a little sidetracked there. But when it comes down to putting Skelly relics on Osiris, yeah, I think I'm going to do a Skelly relic Osiris build as my second one. My first one, of course, has got to have all my Horde relics on, because I'm definitely taking Horde very seriously at this point with all the Titans that require them. Mert, what's going on? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. This game is loading players because DOT needs to put advertisements in YouTube. Not exactly sure what you mean, Richard George. Losing players because DOT needs to put advertisements in YouTube? Well, oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yes, they need to advertise more, of course. So I had to read that a couple times just to make sure I got that down. Not enough? That is Beach Street, Brian McAndrew. That is extremely Beach Street. I want to see how many troops I can get on Osiris. I think it might be 22 over what you take in if you also take all Skelly spells. Wow. Yeah, losing players. Yeah. They need to put advertisements not just on YouTube, but everywhere. Grisha George, everywhere. Facebook. People should be loading up all sorts of different apps that use advertisements because they're free apps. And Dawn of Titans should be popping up all over the place. Even in Dromediddle's Chef Ramsay app, it should be popping up. You should be getting annoyed right now. And Seth Roth, you should join me on Discord. Anyone can join me on Discord, but Seth Roth, especially because I know you're more than willing to jump on. You should join me. Hopefully you're feeling better, but you can. All right, let's get this grind going. I did get, show where I'm at. 742 already. NTG Legends. Autocorrect is a problem? Yeah, of course. So, here we go. Rolling along. Soul count for this event is definitely underwhelming. After a certain point here to even get into top 50, you pretty much 147,000. It's already a full day in. I mean, if anything, this bottom top 50 will probably be at the end of the weekend. I'm going to say between 400,000 and 500,000 is all you're going to need to get into top 50. Maybe less. I don't know. Maybe less. But I was going to say like between 400,000 and 500,000 is a safe bet. So it might be just over 400,000, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, yeah, will the first team still get 1 million souls? Probably. I mean, they're almost at 700,000 right now. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. They're guaranteed to be number one at this point. I don't see 2 getting anywhere near them. So, exciting things for this event in rewards. Let's just take a quick peek. Red hair. This is only if you're concerned about Titan Elemental Resist. And yeah, it does give Storm Maiden critical, but at this point, it seems that Storm Maiden critical, there's enough relics that have that. Then Brumhilda herself. And You already got your Brumhilda? Do you like her extinction? The Helm. Titan and troop lightning damage, Storm Maiden armor piercing, and all lightning spells damage. I mean, this could be good on a Zeus. Not gonna lie. Because he's already buffing, lightning spells. This also could be good on Brumhilda too, because she's buffing lightning spells as well. And it's all lightning spell damage too, so just keep that in mind. Either lightning or lightning storm. And Titan and troop lightning damage, Storm Maiden critical. See, there it is again, And Storm Maiden resist against lightning. I mean, resist against lightning isn't horrifically bad, just for the simple fact that on a regular basis, when you're going in and people are using lightning storms on garrison defense, your maidens a lot of times when they line up in that huge row are usually getting hit by that lightning. So that's not a bad resist for the maidens to have. But yeah, not gonna say these are live or die relics. There's a lot of other lightning relics out there as well. We had a nice big chunk of them, just like we just had a nice big chunk of all those Skelly and Horde relics over the Halloween season. So, all right. Let's go check out, who is that? Mini Machine and NTG Knights. Let's go take a look. Now we are shooting for promotion to go to Legend League next week for the, what is it, the Egyptian God event. We don't even know what actually who it's going to be yet, so we'll have to see. It's bone shards in my gums. Need work early to run to the dentist on Monday. Yeah, they are too high in money to work on weekends. It's true. Guys, Age of Empires 4 first trailer is out now. Oh, that's cool. I always liked Age of Empires games. Void Resistance Runic Tattoo for your Stormtar. One day I'm going to do Stupid Defense Maidens build for fun. There you go. Alright, Mini Machine, what do you got here? Oh my gosh. Okay. I guess, yeah, we'll just make a quick run on these real fast. That's not bad. I'm not going to complain. Not going to be getting serious resource or anything like that, but to be all honest, at this very moment, I don't need a lot. And it's not like we're going to be getting any kind of crazy triple battle... Well, could get a few triple battle drops, but one thing to know about Conquest is you can raid very low lands and still get 4-star triple battle drops. Like, you're not always going to get 1-star triple battle drops from lower level lands. That's false. Because I've gotten a few 2-star, 3-star XP relics. I've gotten 4-star battle drops from like low level lands as well. So, and you can watch any of my Conquest live streams to find out that is true. It's kind of nuts. She anything like Helga? Not as good as Helga, Mirth. She's not going to be a... with the 5-star, Helga is I would say, in the lineup of defenders. I don't want to say in any kind of top something or top this or this group or but there's a lineup of defenders, if you want to say that. and they're the ones that you can obviously are the go-to on most people's garrisons. And with the 5-star relic, for the new 5-star Guardian relic, Helga can be quite nice on defense. But it doesn't seem that with the new 5-star, Brumhilda will probably still be better, obviously. But I don't think then, if she didn't have the 5-star, but I don't think she's going to be found on everybody's garrisons. Just like if you go around and see that there's a good amount of Reavers and Osiris, and especially a lot of Bast. Guess you're gonna go nice and quick. I've also been thinking of doing the same with Almoran and Grenadiers. I'm changing it up, shy. So, I want to know what everybody in the chat, who are you grinding this event with? Are you grinding this event with Helga? Or are you grinding this event with another champion? Which, again, right now there really isn't too many champions. Like during the last fusion event, I just fused up like Anubis, and it was just because, well, it just seemed like the best choice out of all the champions that I had. Because yeah, I got Dionysus at 51, but right now he's not a major player when it comes down to leveling up his relics. See, if I didn't have so many other Titans that I want to level up their relics, then maybe, yeah, I would consider it. But I haven't even leveled up maybe more than 1 or 2 of his relics already, and I don't see that him being on the top list of getting the rest of them done anytime soon. Using Anubis as Frankie, nice. Okay, yeah, Anubis is good with for any kind of event grinding. Using Helga, says King Hamilton, nice. Mert says I'm at 12k souls using Helga, nice. Yeah, she's fun. You do, occasionally, depending on your troop levels, and also how high you have your Helga leveled up, you're could be losing some troops. If you're hitting super low level lands like I am right now, you might not be. Using Anubis because it's fun. Yeah, nice, Grisha. Yeah, I mean, I got Anubis up to 45. It's pretty high, actually, for a Titan that I didn't consider to be high on priority of leveling. But at the same time, because I knew after a certain point, if I don't like to just power level a Titan that I know is good for event rating or conquest or assault, because I know I'm going to use them, and I just hate losing XP if I'm going to, That's why I like to get those Titans up to like the 50 to 55 range, and then use them when needed kind of situation. Because a lot of times they can solo stuff. So let's get some more P stones. Doop. And that was some saved up ones from the last relic event. Wanted to make sure that I was able to have them ready to go. I do have Storm Ring on her. I thought Storm Ring was actually a really good relic to have on Helga. You gain lightning storm spells with it, and it's got Maiden Critical again, and then more damage. I just thought that was pretty good idea. Nimbus is at 41, nice. Bunch of lightning storm spell relics on Helga to speed raid, yep. Oh, you probably got Midas Touch on there too. See? Toga says, aha. Now, with all this, asking who you're grinding with, what is your goal in this event, though? Do you plan on grinding to a particular part? Let me know. Sorry. My chat kind of went down for a second there, so. Just checking on something. Sorry, to jump out real quick. Battle still completed. Just want to make sure everything was still alright with the stream. I'll reply to everybody here in the chat momentarily. Did you unplug it and plug it back in again? Yes. Just turn it off and turn it back on. There we go. Now I'm back. Probably hit around 4K shy. Not much exciting here. I know. Jupiter, what's going on? Thank you for joining. 2K souls. I grinded the Osiris event, so I got to start saving gems and tokens for the Xmas event, depending on the Titan after this one. Yeah, exactly. Next week's Egyptian Titan, I'm not too sure exactly what we're going to do about, like, with the Osiris out. How exciting is another Egyptian Titan, especially if it doesn't summon? I'd like to know what everybody thinks about that. Let me know here in the chat. What's up, BMT? Good to see you. Mirth says, I have the new 5-star relic. Maxed Helga. She is fun to play with. I was hoping the sister would be better. See, Mirth? Yeah. Now, being that she's a champion, of course, it does make it so that it's hard because more experience... No, I shouldn't say more experience. Veteran players that have been playing the game for a very long time aren't as interested in Titans that buff themselves, which typically are what champions do. Now some of the newer champions, of course, are all coming with troop skills as well as Titan buffing skills, but still it seems that those champions are still not as good as so many of the other Titans in other classes. So, even with the new 5-star champion relic. You buff yourself all the time? Thanks, BMT. We need to know that. But you also have the devs mentioned that there's an Ice Guardian on the horizon. And I believe now, DOT community, people watching the stream after the fact, everyone here, you will all hear me say this. December, next month, we will receive an Ice Guardian. And it'll be way better than the crappy reskilled Avalos. That is the only 4-star Ice Guardian that we really have. That's just not that great. So it's coming. December. Save your gems. Save your tokens. Now, is this Ice Guardian coming for Christmas? I don't know, because they may release the Ice Guardian during the early December week or weeks of their 3-year celebration. So keep that in mind. Just saying. I have a pretty good record when it comes down to guessing when things are coming in this game. Pretty good. Now, even though the SPP program is on pause, we did actually receive the new Brumhilda, which, again, I did not realize until later this afternoon, which didn't help in any kind of preparatory video making or anything else. But maybe we will continue to receive new Titans. If anybody didn't see Godan's honest trailer, which he has mentioned multiple times, handful of times, about how since the SPP program doesn't exist, but is not currently operational, that no more honest trailers are going to happen. And then here they still pop out a couple. They give us the relics in the Titan. So we'll see what happens. Maybe that'll continue to keep happening. I honestly believe that the people that put the Titans and relics in the game, they're still there. Believe it or not, I don't think it was Chris. He wasn't the actual one clicking the button to actually put the things in the game. He was just telling other people to do so. So since those people still work for Natural Motion and are still there, they're just doing what they've always done, just without somebody telling them to do so. So we'll see what happens. But BMT, you should join me on Discord. To liven things up a bit. We're just doing our best to speed raid a bunch of souls. But would also like to get some levels on Helga too, so I'm not really getting as much XP as I would normally get when I'm raiding the 24 and 25s. But I'm also saving troops right now, so it's not exactly... For a live stream, this is very effective, because I hate running out of troops while I'm live streaming, although I should just check to make sure that I'm at max. Nope, I'm not. So while I'm saving troops, I should be building. Oh my gosh, it's Bad Guy. What's going on, Bad Guy? Good to see you. Jupiter, the new Guardian 5-star that I have here on Helga is maxed. So I was doing that for other Guardians, and then when Helga came out and she was perfect for the 5-star, I was like, oh, well, it's already maxed. So it's very convenient. Oh, somebody asked me a question a little while ago, I'm sorry, and I did miss it. Matej Kades, which Titan is really good for attack? What you suggest? Sorry, my name is a little hard to tell it because I'm from Slovenia. It's very cool. Really good for attack. It just depends on what castle level you are, because it will depend on what kind of troops you're going to be able to bring in along with your Titan. Or if you're a very low, like I guess lower than like 14 or 15, you might be more interested in just a Titan that, like some of the newer champions, such as this, where the Titans are buffing themselves and troops. giving the earlier players a bit of an idea of what having troop buffs is really all about. But at the same time, having a class of Titan that's not built for that, or was not originally built for that, I should say. Yeah, I just finished up episode 2 to Mandalorian. Yeah, that is right there on top of a lot of people's lists. It seems like I heard over 10 million subscriptions of Disney Plus happened recently, but at the same time, so many of them were free for the first month that you can't really, calculate how much money they really made. I think it's only $6.99 a month, at least in the beginning. Oh yeah, Jupiter, definitely. I'm very glad that I have that Guardian 5-star maxed. I mean, for the most part, Night Whisperers, I have a 3 of them, I think, at this point. And one of them is only at level 7, and it's only because the first skill of 250% armor piercing is, the most, what for the most part, the most important, but it also buffs troops' health and damage, so that's also something else that is very, very minor increments that it actually goes up, but I definitely didn't prioritize it just because that first skill is already unlocked with 250% armor piercing. Are you maxing any 4-star troop economy relics? I have not gotten a horde. I've gotten the horde levies, but that's for how much they cost, and I don't care about that. It's more about the time. So, oh, on Verizon you get a year free. Oh, maybe I saw the ad wrong, but all I know is I saw there was Disney Plus, deals through Verizon. I'm just grinding tokens. Currently have 20 or so tokens. Wow. Sagador, 20 or so. That's a nice amount to be able to go into an event that you really want to go for, because most events in the whole milestones, you're looking at probably about, usually between 4 to 6 tokens that you'll receive in the whole milestones all the way through. So along with those 20, you'd have 26 plus hopefully a decent stack of gems. You can finish an event with that. Now, if you're going to join an event team that's going to require more souls than that, then of course you might have to hopefully have more gems saved up, because some event teams are going to say, hey, we need more than finishing. Oh, and bad guy, did you enjoy Mandalorian? Let's just ask that too, because I haven't, as much as people are interested in seeing it or have said that they've watched it, I haven't seen too many opinions yet. What's going on, Lawrence Winks? Thank you for joining. Always good to see you. They started pushing out 4-star levy and warp relics more. I got a bunch during the conquest. Yeah, I got the levy, but I didn't get any of the warps. I think I got like 2 horde levies. You highly recommend it, bad guy. Okay, good. I probably will watch it. Just probably won't be getting Disney Plus myself, but that's only because I have enough streaming services. If anything, if I was going to get anything else, it'd be Hulu, but right now Netflix and Amazon are keeping me pretty busy. 4th season of Man in the High Castle just dropped today. Now, on Amazon Prime. If you haven't checked out Man in the High Castle, it's really, 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 really good. It is based on a book, but I highly recommend it. It's really, really cool. And I watched the last 3 seasons of it, and this is the 4th and final season. I am rewatching all of them right now, knowing that it was coming out today. But I haven't gotten all the way to the end of the 3rd season yet. Disney has a package with Hulu and ESPN for $12.99. Yeah, just like how right now I have HBO through Amazon. It's nuts how that exactly works, but yeah. Vikings to come out for its final season. Yeah, that's right, Frankie Too Swift. Vikings will come out. I am interested in seeing the final one too as well. What? Oh, other big thing that dropped today on Netflix is The Toys That Made Us season 3. Also dropped. So good documentary series. It's amazing. They got the season 3's got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, of course. I grew up with that. Definitely had turtles growing up. And what other ones did they have on there? Oh, Power Rangers was also on there. And I forget what the other two were. It was My Little Pony, and I think I don't know what the other one was, but man, Toys That Made Us, great, very small documentary series. They only do 4 episodes at a time, but this puts them up at 12. So they did like other ones like G.I. Joe and He-Man and Transformers. So a lot of Legos. Legos was a good one. So got the 4-star Horde Warp relic. Not sure if it's worth it. I do go through a lot of Horde troops when I play with them. Yeah, you do. So I saw Man in the High Castle advertised on Instagram. I wish I could see it. I got Netflix and Disney Plus. Oh, it's on Amazon strictly. And I mean, I'm keeping Amazon. Well, Man in the High Castle was one that I've been watching for a while, but I'm also keeping Amazon, especially through December, for Expanse Season 4. Going to be very happy when that comes out. So, the stream, bummed. I'm not going to miss tonight. Bummed. I am going to miss tonight. I'm watching the new Scorsese film, The Irishman. Have fun tonight. Oh, Ice! You kidding me? You kidding me, Ice? Ice is one of the more. I shouldn't say more favored because it's gonna sound bad. People are gonna get jealous. Soldier's gonna get mad. No, but no. Ice is a well liked guest on my live streams. Let's put it that way. That show is still on. I saw the first episode. Which one are you referring to? I mentioned a bunch of them. I mentioned Man in the High Castle. I mentioned The Toys That Made Us on Netflix. I mentioned High Castle. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's 4 years later. Oh, well, not in the show, but the new series C with Jason Momoa is out. On what, Frankie Too Swift? That's the one thing you left out. You can watch this new series C on blank. Hey, Seth Mapod. Happy grinding. Now, Guardians aren't usually a Titan you want to grind events with, but Helga's not too bad. Oh, Apple TV? Okay. Yeah, it's kind of nuts that all these different streaming services are like definitely saying like, oh, we got this, Disney Plus, we have The Mandalorian, of course. You know what I mean? Like, but you have to come over to us, over here. It's okay. It's starting to turn into this. All the streaming services out there, it's starting to turn into when you go to like a, when I first got to for people outside of the U.S., just to explain this a little bit. When I first got to college, which is after graduating high school, during the first few weeks of being there, there was a day, like after classes were over, where all the different clubs and organizations had all their like tables out and stuff like that out in front of the dining hall, and everybody was kind of showing off all the what their groups were all about. And a lot of times they'd be kind of like, hey, trying to get people's attention, like over here, And some people, you can tell, were a little bit more popular, like, either sports clubs or social clubs than others. So sometimes it seemed like that some groups had to try really hard to get your attention. So that's what I kind of feel like at this point. There's so many streaming services out there now because they want to grab as many possible subscription-based people as possible because they're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that Hulu and Netflix has made all this money because, well, frankly, people sign up and then they never leave. And that's guaranteed money." And it's like, well, now that everyone else wants to join in, everybody has to be like, well, we have this. We got cookies. That's what they're doing. It's kind of crazy because that's what it is now. Or another similar situation would be like cell phone companies because they're doing now. The market group of people to sell cell phones to is extremely low at this point. Pretty much everyone has one in all age groups. So now you pretty much have to offer something that's better than the other person, or else you're irrelevant. Let's see. Is XBMC dead? I don't know what that means. I bought some really good movies off YouTube. Nice. I heard there is a post-quill to Breaking Bad coming out. That would be interesting, says Shy. I think Disney is going to put the rest out of business eventually. Well, being the fact that all this, because of basically groups like, especially Netflix, Hulu is using a lot of stuff that comes from regular cable to support what they have. But I also don't have Hulu, so I haven't been able to really know what kind of direction they're going into nowadays compared to what they've always had for the longest time. Because most people that tell me that they watch any kind of shows that come off of regular cable, they're watching it the next day on Hulu. So besides from that, most people don't want to watch real live TV for the most part, unless it's sports, because that's not exactly something that a lot of the streaming services have across the board yet. So, but when they start getting a lot more of that on a regular basis, I can't imagine that a lot of people will be as interested in, well, gambling. Gambling has a lot to do with why people want to watch a game live. So, because you can't exactly bet on something that's already happened. Yeah, El Camino, yeah, it was good. I watched it, Frankie. But yeah, I mean, Disney's got a crazy foothold. But see, the thing is, bad guy, people like Netflix used all the other groups that didn't have streaming services so to make enough money that they can pretty much afford anybody now to put in their own stuff. So Netflix has already put itself kind of ahead of a lot of the other groups. I get it, Disney's got a lot of buying power and also owns a lot of things already. But if Disney decided to pull everything Disney off of Netflix, would Netflix not have a whole bunch of already original Netflix shows? No, they already do. Would Netflix not have all their own original movies? No, they already would. I mean, it's all, it's already all there. Like, you can't just take their money away from them just because you're Disney. You can take away everything that Disney has put on Netflix to help support them over all this time, but they don't need that anymore. They can just do all their own stuff, which, as many have seen, in a lot of different countries, there's shows made in Europe that we never even really see here in the US, but people in Europe love it. So, or in other countries across the world, So Netflix is producing stuff in other countries just for their countries, and it's grown pretty large. But don't want to say that, Disney doesn't have a foothold on Marvel, Star Wars, and Pixar and everything else. So, well, Hulu is mostly owned by Disney. Netflix, I think, is getting worse as far as content. Oh, I don't think so, bad guy. I can name off a dozen shows on Netflix that are all their own personal shows, and they're amazing. I mean, who's waiting for the new season of Ozark to come out? Millions. Ozark is an amazing show. Um, let's see, I can start rattling off a few others here too, but I do watch Peaky Blinders, but that's not original Netflix content. But I can just put it up on my TV and just rattle through the list of stuff that's still on and will come out with new seasons. New Stargate properties. Oh wow, Erica, that's interesting. XBMC free streaming for movies and shows. Cable companies don't like them. Oh, okay, yeah. I know of a. Well, there's a few apps that also allow you to do that. Oh, I tried. You tried Ozark, just not my taste. Okay, bad guy. Okay, okay. I'll get whoever streaming service puts on high speed internet on my road. Data only is getting old. Gives me an excuse to go to the brewery for Wi-Fi though. New season of Lost in Space, yeah. Like a Fire Stick, yeah. Oh, yeah, Mirth. Fire Stick is also very good as well. It allows you access to a lot of different content possibilities. Let's grab this 50. I'll keep the grind going. But here, I'm pulling up my Netflix. Just so I can defend it. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are times where I'm just like, oh man, we could really use. Oh man, I'm gonna get copywritten for that. For the Netflix. All right, here we go. Toys That Made Us. There's number one. Netflix original. 3 seasons deep. They can keep going with it. Really, really good. Let's see. Next. Into the Badlands, but it's not an original Netflix, but great show. Better Call Saul, also really good. Not an original Netflix. Let's see. Bright. That was a really good movie with Will Smith. Actually, was that Will Smith? Yes. Yeah, it was Will Smith. I got Dexter on here. Oh, Narcos. That was another really good series from Netflix. The Trailer Park Boys animated series is considered part of Netflix, which I didn't know that. We'll keep going through the list here in a second. Oh, see, Bright was good. Interesting. That's an original Netflix movie. Interesting. All right, let's continue. Oh, and they're supposedly going to come out with a couple more of those. Supposedly. The Highwayman was good, but that's also because I'm a big fan of Kevin Costner here. Sorry to wait for the trailer to come up. I'm actually watching the second season of The End of the Effing World. It's a really good British show that just came out with the second season of that. That was really good the first time around. There's Ozark. Bad Blood, really good. Kind of based on true events. I don't know if it's like specifically one person's story, but it's based on true people and true events that happened. The story that they, of course, make to talk about these characters may not all be 100% real, though. But Bad Blood is really good. It's about Canadian mobsters. Really good. Designated Survivor. Really good. Actually, really good. Third season of that. Arrested Development is considered a Netflix series now, just because they pretty much bought it out. Altered Carbon. Really good, actually. I was kind of thinking that they would... Oh, yeah, it's official. Another season is coming. All right, it does say that. But it's been a while since they actually popped it up. Black Mirror. Yes, it is. Black Mirror is. You've been ignoring Bright. You should watch it, Jupiter. It's really good. Oh, FO Rebels here. What's going on? I got Cody before it was banned. Nice, Mirth. Creepshow is on Netflix. Maybe. I'd have to look on that one. Let's see. Keep going. Oh, good World War II documentary. 5 came back. Definitely check that out if you can. Really, really, really good. And there it is, Black Mirror. That is a Netflix series with 5 seasons. Oh, here's a good Netflix film, Game Over Man. It's got the three guys from what was the show? Workaholics. I had to think about it there. I like it every once in a while. I don't watch it all the time, but Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. It's got six seasons with Jerry Seinfeld. Not bad. Not bad. Wild Wild Country. That's a real good documentary series. Trailer Park Boys. Oh, yeah, that's right. They did get picked up by Netflix. That's right. They got picked up after a while, actually. Oh, okay, and it does say it's a Netflix series, so I guess Peaky Blinders is considered that. Interesting. Maybe that's because the fifth season was on there. I don't know. It's a good question. I actually thought it was more BBC, but oh, the new World War II documentary, Greatest Events of World War II in Color. That just came out. That was really good. Oh, man. This show, if I haven't talked about it enough, if you have Netflix and you have not watched Travelers yet, if you have not watched Travelers, 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 if you have not watched it, I highly recommend it. Very good show. All right, we will go on from there. All actors and actresses in that show are fairly new. I don't recognize the majority of them from other things, which again makes some... When you have a really good show premise and you have the right people, even if they're not well known from other things, if you have the right people, it can be amazing. And in Travelers, it is really good show. Let's see what else. Sick Note. It's a Netflix series. It's British. It's really funny. It's actually really funny. It's got the redheaded guy from Harry Potter, and it's got the super fat guy from what is it? Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. It's really good. It's really good. New World War II doc is really good. Love the sea battles. Yeah, Jupiter. Wasn't it good? You didn't get a notification, D? Well, I don't know. Just didn't get notification, I guess. Last Kingdom is on Netflix. It's just like Vikings. Yes, yes. Good, Jupiter. Black Rain? Black Rain. Uh, or you mean The Rain? I think it might be The Rain. I haven't got to it yet. We're still working on that. Then we have White Gold, another British show. 2 seasons, really good, very funny. White Gold, very, very funny. And for all my British fans, it's about double glazing salesmen. And you'll all for all my British fans, you'll know what that is. All those double glazing salesmen. So, oh yes, and a series of unfortunate events with everyone's favorite MPH, Neil Patrick Harris. Oh, he's so good in the show. I mean, anyone with children, or at least a sense of enjoying a good story. Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events is really good. So let's just put it that way. If you haven't watched it with your children yet, please do. You'll thoroughly enjoy it. And Neil Patrick Harris is amazing in it. Real good. It just happens to be a Netflix original. Big surprise. Dave Chappelle. He's had a few different comedy specials here. And it's nice that Netflix just does this now for a lot of comedians. They just go, hey, guess what? You're going to do so many shows this year? Well, we're going to record like 1 or 2 of them and pay you like 20 grand. That cool with you? And they go, yeah. And I love how streaming services are willing to do that now. They're willing to just put their show on Netflix. And they just throw you a flat fee. And they just record while you're doing exactly what you would have done if they wouldn't have recorded it. I always wondered why Comedy Central didn't do that more often. Let's keep grinding. Many people have recommended it. I have not clicked the button to watch it yet. Mindhunter. I've heard it's really good. Actually, Vintage told me to watch it. Hear that, DOT community? Vintage told me to watch it. Mindhunter. I was told it's extremely good. So I'm looking to look into that series soon enough, but still got stuff to watch. Also Netflix series. The Ranch. I was turned on to this show by a coworker, and it is actually very good. I was very surprised because I didn't think Ashton Kutcher could actually be really good in anything else but that 70s show. But yeah. The Boys on Amazon Prime. Frankie Too Swift. I was told about it. I have Amazon Prime. I watched a trailer for it. Haven't gotten to it yet. But yes, The Boys looks really good. Oh, bad guy. Mindhunter is good. Interesting. We started Lemony Snicket's, and it started to get too ridiculous as far as circumstances, and my girls got annoyed and didn't want to watch it anymore. Oh, it's okay, bad guy. If your kids do enjoy it, though, it's, you know, it's one of those things that you can enjoy it with them just because it's MPH. The OA. Another great show. Oh my gosh. Really good show. And it's called The OA. It's got 2 seasons. It's a show it's just very different than a lot of other shows out there. So, always like that. And yes, this was possibly what you were talking about, Jupiter, but I don't know. It's called The Rain. It's one of a few shows that I watch that are they're dubbed. So they're Netflix original shows, but they make them in other countries and then they dub them for English. Like what we've seen in the oh so long ago with horribly dubbed movies from the past. Thing is, though, they actually do it so well that it looks like what they're saying is in English. Absolutely amazing. So, it actually isn't as much of a turnoff as the old dub movies used to be. Yes. Daybreak. This is a newer type of show, but it's like a kind of like a teenage post-apocalyptic show. I just like anything that's post-apocalyptic. So I was interested in to just see what, a different take on what it could be like after something ridiculous happens. Let's see. Yeah, it's The Rain. Oh, Jupiter, it's so good. Godless with Jeff Daniels. Godless is also, Erica, on my list of if it's that Western show. I have it on my list, but I have not started watching it yet. But it's not a Netflix original series. Everything I've been talking about is actually something that Netflix has created on its own. Oh, there's a few more really good ones here on the horizon, too. It's going to make Bad Guy have to eat his words because there's still more goodness coming. Anyway, so here we go. We have Money Heist. Really good series. 3 parts so far, possibly even a 4th one. It's all about robbing banks. It's very smart. When I say smart, the guy that is kind of in charge of the whole of everything, he is ingenious, has thought up of everything. And typically at this point, with as many different types of like robbery type movies out there, it's very hard to think that there's going to be something out there that is so clever that it gets you. You know, you're not figuring it out before it happens. Okay? And there's so many shows out there, after you watch enough of a lot of the same similar type shows, you can start really guessing what's going to happen next. Or, oh, that person did this, or that happened to that, and that's the reason why that's happening there. And you can piece a lot of things together fairly easily. Money Heist is not like that. It's very smart, and you really have to... I mean, when I say you have to pay attention, I mean, you can still play DOT and watch, but I'm just saying it's really good. Money Heist is definitely worth it. This next one's bad guy's gonna have to eat his words. Hold on. Oh, and tonight's live stream is brought to you by Netflix. No, I'm just proving a point to bad guy. Proving a point to bad guy that Netflix has a ton of their own stuff that has nothing to do with Disney. And they could just run all of these shows and still put Disney, keep them at bay. If you want to say that they're not, I'm not going to say they put them out of business, but Disney's got their own thing. But it's one of those things like, you know, there's always going to be, you know, not everybody uses Verizon. There's always going to be AT&T or Sprint or T-Mobile, you know, or one of your other providers in one of your other countries, you know. There's not just, you know, a monopoly of just Disney. You know, there's going to... These powerhouses such as Amazon and Netflix and Hulu have arisen over the years to create these other options. It's just all these other little guys are going to have a very hard time becoming one of those other main options. Let's just put it that way. Hold on. 5 episodes. Darren Watson again. Sorry, I'm a little late. Do you guys know about Apple TV C starring Jason? Yeah, Darren, you're not the only one that had brought that up tonight. No, not yet, and I don't have Apple TV, unfortunately. It's what refreshing. The Punisher with John is a Netflix original. That one was great. Oh, good. What's up, Crazy Talks? Morning. Blockbuster, Netflix, Disney. Yeah, but Blockbuster, it's not around anymore. Z, what's with the one group of militia? Are you substituting? Oh, you know what? I was just throwing in troops to just knock them down. After a while, you just start to accrue troops that you just don't need. So I was just putting in other troops just to knock them down. But right now, I've been just speed rating battles that I don't have to pay attention to, so I can read off Netflix stuff. All right, so the next one that makes bad guy have to eat his words on Netflix isn't coming out with anything good. Stranger Things. Interesting that this show is a Netflix original. Amazing. Has a huge cult following. 3 seasons deep. probably can push 5 to 6. And yeah, amazing show. Really, really good. Continue. How to sell drugs online fast. Interesting idea, because it's based on a guy's, real life and everything else. Uh, Only got to, obviously, the first season was pretty quick too, because again, European shows a lot of times, or British shows, tend to do stuff that's well under 10 episodes a season. So it was just to see if it was actually going to be well liked. But I thought it was pretty good, because I like any kind of show that's talking about people that are able to do something from nothing. And actually, it's about a guy setting an online store up and actually doing stuff that no one has ever done before. And those stories are always fun to watch and listen to. Let's see. Watership Down is on here, but that's because I wanted to watch it with my daughter. Haven't watched it yet, though. Bumping. Here's another comedian duo that I thought was really good that Netflix put on their stand-up list, and that's Bumping Mics with Jeff Ross and Dave Attell. Real good. I was really happy that they were able to just, put that out there and provide some great comedy. Domino Effect. We're up to 4. Oh, you're up to 4, bad guy. You're up to 4. I've been rattling off all sorts of different ones. Oh, okay. Let's see. Here we go. Big Mouth. Really good animated series. Very adult oriented, not for children whatsoever. But Big Mouth is actually really funny. And if you haven't checked it out yet, it is really good. I forget the one guy that voices a few of the characters, but he was one of the main 4 dudes that was in gosh, it's been a while since the show was on. Hold on. Oh no, they're not going to give any more info. All right, here we go. Sorry, it's goofing around. All right, here. Oh, another great show brought back to life by Netflix. That of course, I'm hoping to go see them live in March when they come to Pennsylvania. But Mystery Science Theater 3000, the Gauntlet, well, and then also the other one that they did too as well with the new characters. They have 2 seasons on here. I mean, they're absolutely amazing. I've watched all of them at least 2 or 3 times each. And yeah, there's a live MST3K show that's rolling through in March. So I'm going to be checking. I'm hopefully getting that as a present for Christmas. I was asking for that. I was like, it's not a bad idea. Hopefully my brother will go with me, because myself and him got to watch it a lot when we were younger. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. You ready for this, bad guy? Make sure you put this on your list, because if you haven't watched it yet, you're crazy. And I know your taste, bad guy. If you haven't watched it yet, I'm surprised. What's up, King Hamilton? Oh, what relics am I using on my Helga? I'm using my 5-star Sword and Shield and the Storm Ring. The 5 stars leveled, Storm Ring is not, and I need to get to 30 to open up another relic slot. Alright, you ready, bad guy? F is for Family. Really good show. Really good show. Can't recommend it it's super good. Very adult oriented. It is animated. It's really good. Very good. And the season 4 is coming in 2020. Bill Burr, it's supposed to be kind of replication of him growing up. And it is really funny. Never even heard of it. F is for Family. Oh, you know who Bill Burr is, bad guy? Do you like Bill Burr stand-up? Well, you should be watching F is for Family because, well, he just so happens to be the guy behind it, and he plays the main character, Dad. Go search it right now. Did watch a couple episodes of Big Mouth. Yeah, you should. Pretty raunchy. All right, here we go. We're going to continue. Oh, yeah, bad guy. List isn't over. Adam Sandler. I never got to watch this one, but yeah, he was on this year. It's Bruno. It's like the shortest episodes, like 10 to 15 minutes long. Very short episodes. Very funny show about a guy living in the city with his dog. Like, loves his dog. The way some people are about their animals, it's pretty funny. I shouldn't say it's pretty funny. It's very funny. It's Bruno is very, very well made and very short. What's going on, Prometheo? Oh, see, Brain says Bill Burr is my second favorite stand-up comedian. Probably next to you, right? Gotcha, Brain. But see, I just mentioned Bill Burr, and he's already in. And Brain, have you ever seen F is for Family on Netflix? Because it's really good. See, Darren Watson has watched it. He knows it's good. All right, let's continue. Let's see. Oh, there's. I think I made it back to the beginning of my list because I think the Toys That Made Us is where we started. I didn't mention Disenchantment. It's okay. Not my favorite, but it's okay. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I think. There's a few that I didn't mention, like Another Life, because I haven't gotten it through it yet. It's only like a few episodes and it's new. But there's also plenty of other stuff that I haven't mentioned either that is also still available. Yeah, alright. I'm done going through it. I was just going through Netflix originals that I had because bad guy said that Netflix programming wasn't all that great, and they weren't they're gonna fade away now that Disney's on the block. It's like, wait a second, everything I just rattled off has nothing to do with Disney, nothing at all. They can continue to put seasons out of all those shows, and people will still watch them and say, that's awesome. What's up, Frantic? See, that's the thing, Mirth. Like I said this before, I don't think so. And live sports is only on a few other streaming services. When it comes down to, like, I think a majority of the sports out there, if they don't have a streaming service that's dedicated directly to them, like, for instance, like an NFL streaming service, they don't want to show or allow people to stream sporting events through other services. Ah, yes, Jack Ryan, great on Amazon Prime. I haven't gotten into it past an episode or two, but I've heard amazing things about Jack Ryan. We can go through Amazon Prime too, but I have a lot more on Netflix that I've watched, most definitely. But that's because Amazon hasn't done anywhere. I think they had like at least a year, maybe two, before they actually started coming out with a lot of their own content. Whereas Netflix already had a year or two in. And when you do, you're already creating shows that people are going to say, I can't wait for the next season. And when you have that, that's it. If I have 15 shows I can't wait for the next season, on Netflix, and then over on such and such new, you got 3 shows that I'm interested in. How does that work? How do you keep me, paying for your service? That's where the hooks are. How did I not get notified? You've been on for a while. I don't know, Frantic. D said the same thing. I was watching DuckTales on Disney Plus earlier today, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Nice. I don't like that D Plus is 1 episode a week. What does that mean, Brain? You can't. You mean they don't release things as a season? Like new things that they're releasing is week by week? Because I know. Yeah. But what do you mean 1 episode a week? You mean with new show? Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. Well, Hulu's like that too, but that's only not. I don't believe that's with their own content. See, I don't know how much Hulu original content is out there. It's the only thing I don't know a lot about. I just know that Hulu carries all the other basically all the other major shows that are out on cable. They run them next day. The Expanse is another good. Yes, I mentioned that earlier, Prometheo. I cannot wait. That's the reason why I'm keeping Amazon. Besides from watching this last season of Man in the High Castle, which just dropped today, I can't wait for December's Expanse to come out. We might even do DOT Community because the Expanse is so awesome. We might even do a Expanse launch stream where the day that the Expanse comes out on Amazon, we might do a stream on that day. Maybe after I watch an episode or 2. We'll see. Maybe we'll do the stream the next day, giving everybody a full 24 hours to watch it, and then we'll do the stream. We'll see what happens. You watched the original Snow White on Disney Plus? Oh, nice, Jupiter. Man in the High Castle, scale of 1 to 10. How good is it? Seemed kind of mellow for me. Brain, by the end of the 3rd season, you're just like, how is this the same show? You're like, what? It gets real sci-fi in the 3rd season. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the 4th season. There is Man in the High Castle. Okay, majority of shows out there that people find interesting are typically shows that you can't figure out right away. You're still always questioning, especially if it's a show that you have the entire season to watch right now, so you can just binge them. So there's no wait and suspension between each episode, but it doesn't matter because they still make it so that a lot of times you have no idea how things are really going to turn out. You really can't guess a lot of it, which is, to me, the best. If everything is so easy to figure out, I don't know. To me, it just seems like it's overly redundant. And that's why I believe that Man in the High Castle is a 9. I don't want to say a 10. I don't think I'll ever rate anything a 10, really. I'll probably give you like a 9 point something. But yeah, Man in the High Castle is definitely a 9. 9 plus, since you guys are all saying Disney Plus. Oh, you want to see my relics on Helga? But King? Yeah, I'll pull it up again. Somebody was just asking about that. If that was you before, it was just... Yeah, it's just the 5-star Sword and Shield and Storm Ring. That's it. The only 2 so far. We'll add some more relics to Helga soon enough when I have more room to be able to do so. Man, grinding through those portal stones like nothing. What do we got? 1330. Nice. 13th in my alliance. There you go. And I have Mini Machine to thank. Right now, he may or may not still be in the stream, but... What's up, Tag Her? Thank you for going. Thank you for coming. Oh, Brain? Well, yeah. Man in the High Castle's it's like a super long movie. I mean, let's just say this. Man in the High Castle, World War II, Japan and the Nazis win. U.S. is split in half. Japan has the West Coast. Nazis have the East Coast. And then there's like a center of the U.S. that is considered like lawless, neutral, area. Where it's like the Wild Wild West. Which is probably where you would end up, Brain. The Wiki Wow. Wiki Wow. Wild Wild West. Prometheo, Tag, you're it. Is that some of your Tag Her humor there, Prometheo? Tisk tisk. You're funny, Brain. It's just really, it's interesting. Let's just say that. It's alternate history. It's just different. It's a really twisted and interesting take on everything. But then there's the sci-fi aspect as well, and I can't ruin it, Brain. You have to really give it a try. Not just 10 minutes in and I don't know. It's you watch it and then you put the second episode on and you put the third episode on and then you go, "Huh. Salon was right." Just like most people say. I'm also a big history buff. And the one thing about history and liking history and being interested in history is that after you read and watch and immerse yourself, like as in like maybe even going to some historical places where, for instance, if you're interested in any specific time period of, certain civilizations, you can go and visit it. And then after that, you're like, well, there's not much else to really learn about it. Sometimes there's some new findings, but for the most part, there's not too much else to be involved in. And it can get a little stale sometimes. So, of course, when you have a show or story that takes you to a alternate version of that history, it can be incredibly interesting. Let's just put it that way. And picking World War II as that pinnacle point of changing things and making it so that, things are a lot different here in the US and things are a lot different over in Europe, and just the way how everybody carries themselves and are treated, it is eye-opening. What's up, Val? I don't know, Z. I've been burned before. I'm fragile when it comes to shows. I need intense action, else I'm ditching it. Well, intense action. Well, there's definitely action, but we're not talking about, like, burning down villages or, or Braveheart scenes. But it's good to see you, Val. You did a very good stream last week on your channel, telling everybody here now, if you want and didn't know that Val and Jim did a stream last weekend, it was because it was over on Val's channel, because Val can stream now. So you have to subscribe now. All right, everybody here, click on Val and click subscribe. This is a big shout out right now, Val. Huge shout out. Oh, thanks. She did a very good job. I was very happy to see someone else pick up the mic and enjoy some time with the community. Of course, Val. So, I like it because it makes it so that Val and Jim can... Zlatan will make you famous. That's right. But yes, I like it because it makes it so that Val and Jim can flip-flop. So that, for instance, if Jim is unable to stream but can be on Discord, then Val can stream. Or if, or vice versa, as it has been before, where Jim is streaming and Val is joining on Discord. So I like it. I think it's good, and makes your streams more versatile, Val, and also shares the workload or responsibility, whatever you want to call it, of being able to stream. And it's also a reason why Val can stream and invite Dion, and when Jim's not available. Hint, hint. Why am I solo on voice tonight? I don't know. Nobody wanted to join me on Discord tonight. I don't know. But no biggie. See, and Val says she would love to have a stream with D. Well, I think it would be a good idea. And see, and I know you, Val, will pull the trigger on live streaming, so then D will be like, oh, well, it makes it easy when I can just join on voice. I don't have to do anything. Ha ha ha. So, D will be all about it, because trying to the cattle prodder into live streaming can be very, very tedious. And some of us just want to, just have someone be like, yeah, oh, live stream? Yeah, sure, I'll do it. D is picky. She don't stream with just anyone. She's a diva. Oh, she's not. I don't know if she's still here. She might be here. I don't know. She might have just tuned back in because she saw that Val was on, and then she's like, oh, they're talking about me. Ah! But I couldn't believe it, Brain, earlier when I was rattling. The whole thing started with Bad Guy dropping by. It's been a while since Bad Guy's been around. We got into streaming service and talk, and I had to throw down. Dee is the Hillary Clinton of the DOT world. She makes you disappear. She'll make you disappear. Nice. Every time I log into the band and I see what the last message that's in a lot of the chat rooms, it seems like every time I logged in recently, it's been, I got 5 spots left, top 50 team, 5 spots, you know. She's always promoting, always doing an amazing job. But we can't say nice things when she's here, so shh, don't, DOT community, don't tell her that I said any of this. Yeah, I heard you talking TV almost if DOT is just an afterthought. Well, I talked a lot about the current event, what I was doing recently in game, and everything else in the more beginning parts of the live stream. As more people watch it, majority of the people that rewatch the live streams, I don't want to say that the later hours don't get ever viewed because they just didn't care, but a lot of times some people only get to watch the stream maybe for the first 20 minutes, half hour, and then another live stream is now available because it's been a few days and they never got a chance to rewatch the rest of the previous one. That's why some of my super long live streams, some people never make it through at all because, well, frankly, the next weekend is already here. They didn't have time to watch 5 hours of Zalon live stream. You gotta go on her stream and do her voice impression the entire time. We'll drive her nuts. I don't know if I can. My voice might not be able to take it. Let's see where our soul count's at. 1484. Not bad. Now I'm saving these DGs. I said this before. Saving these DGs for when the next update comes out and we get the last 2 5-star relics. Hopefully by then I will have enough for 4. So that'd be 2,000. Hopefully 4 DG pools. I'm going to take these 20 stones along with any other stones that I get during the... Hopefully I'll get 21. That'll be 7 more. So 7... I'm going to do 7 more battles, and then we're going to wrap this stream up. I do appreciate everybody that joined me, as of course. Now, I know because this isn't as popular of an event that a majority of people are taking it easy and relaxing. But I always enjoy creating DOT content, and I know I should have made a stream last weekend for Conquest because some way more people were playing. I know. But I do have good news, though. Since I started Conquest a little bit late, more on like Saturday morning, as instead of Friday, I only had 24 souls, I think, Saturday morning. I think I was sitting at like 48,000th place. So, good news is we're still sitting in between 40 and 50,000 people in game. And it's been between 40 and 60,000 for a while, so it still seems like the numbers are there, unless there's just maybe 10,000 bots sitting at the end. You know, Natural Motion Pain Japanese. No, I don't want to say Japanese people, but paying for uh, actually, I think it's more popular over in like India. I don't know specifically, but where they have these centers where there's just people that are, farming games, just and they're getting paid to do so. They go in, do a couple things, close the account, open another account, do a couple things, just to show as if there's more active players in the game than there actually is. I would hope that's not the case. It'd be ridiculous if that was the case. Don't have to tell me. I see her promotions all the time, but I do try and give her support. Yeah, well, D appreciates that there, Jupiter. I haven't streamed in a couple weeks myself. Rage quit on my last episode. Fitting end to my Mario Maker streaming. Oh, a quarter gotta be minis or secondary accounts. That's true, Brain. That's true. So you rage quit on the Mario Maker. Well, Brain, you gotta find another game with that style of interaction with your audience, where you're able to have your audience and and you have that kind of where they provide something like a level to play. Oh gosh, that's why at the end of my stream I'm getting tired. But yeah, Brain, that was just such a good live streaming, uh, you know, pairing, I guess. And you got to be yourself, which again is awesome because who wants to have to listen to someone who isn't themselves when they're able to when they live stream? I don't know if Prometheo's still in the chat or not, but I would like to see a sisters comparison. Maybe he's already working on it, I don't know. But just to show off the differences between Brumhilda and her sister Helga. Thank you, Jupiter. Yeah, don't forget to add a like. See you guys. 2 more battles there, DOT community. Yeah. And if you have any other here, this is for the hardcore DOT fans that do listen to the live streams all the way to the end. If you have any shows that you enjoy on Netflix or any other streaming service, please put it in the comments below. And I'll know when you do that you listened all the way to the end and you're those hardcore fans, which I do appreciate. I appreciate the people that are in the live chats, as always, I do. But I do have to say, I do like to address some of the rewatchers, because a lot of them, unfortunately, this is always their like middle of the night, so it's like a guarantee that they're going to be asleep. So even if they're like, oh, I'm going to stay up a few extra hours, like some of the British people, like Tox, who stay up and love, and Black Gold, who like to stay up and watch and be up late at night. Whereas some of the countries that I'm referring to, they'd have to stay up almost all night long or wake up in the middle of the night to be able to watch my streams. So, I do appreciate all the viewership from around the globe. And like that, battle is over. Thank you, Mini Machine. We'll watch Man in the High Castle and give my thoughts next stream. Z. All right, Brayden. I hope I convinced you. I hope you enjoy it. I rewatched season 1 a couple days ago, so it's good. It's good. Ooh, and I have over 1 million VP. What? We gotta get over 2 though. I still gotta get one more mil over this weekend. So gotta keep D happy. So, all right, DOT community. I wish you all well in your endeavors with this event. I would say that a majority of you, if you are not planning on going all the way, to stop at 2K. Try to get yourself, that should be 4, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's only the third at 2K. Oh, is the fourth at 7? Oof. That does suck. Well, 2K it is then for a majority then. Alright, First Titan. So yeah, 2K or maybe a little higher if you're interested in Brumhilda. 9th in my alliance. Great job, Broham, Machine, and Doomday. Guys are leading the pack. Alright, DOT community. I will talk to you all again very soon. Have a good one.